Hey YouTube, Sam here. Well, it's time to do some insulation on this wall.
I'm upstairs in the upstairs bathroom now, and I took the sheetrock and stuff off this wall because of how I'm doing this. I'm going to have a bathtub right here on this wall, and you're not supposed to have sheetrock there, and by the time it was all said and done, it was just easier to take it all off. Anyway, and behind that was unfortunately just R13 insulation, and the reason for that is because these are 2x4 walls, which kind of surprised me a little bit. I figured that back in the day they would have had 2x6 still, but these are 2x4 walls, and R13 is all I can find that'll fit in there, and that's what was in there to begin with, so I'm not going to mess with it. Anyway, my thing here though is that whoever did it last just put it up in here and then covered over it, and really to keep it, it hasn't come down, so it's all right. There's a couple spots down under the window here where it's kind of sagging, but really you want to take this. It's got these flaps on the side, and there's two theories on this. One is that it's perfectly fine to take it and do it on the outside of the wall on both sides here. And that's how I do it. That's actually how I was trained to do it. The other theory is that you put it on the inside and do it like this. It takes a lot longer, it's a pain in the butt, and you're actually losing a little bit of R value by squishing it in there. So I'll take it and tack it in. Now the biggest thing on that, you need to make sure that the staples are good and tight. If you got any staples sticking out, you got to hammer them in. People say that, oh, your sheetrock, blah blah blah, it'll bump and it'll bow and blah, and it won't. You're not going to see this little bit of paper and staple unless you really leave a staple sticking out a long way. You're just not going to see it. So in the interest of getting it done quicker, and because that's the way I was trained to do it, that's how I'm light and everything, if we'll be able to see this, but lack thereof light. But now I got poly on the whole wall. On the outside walls, when you're doing insulation, you want to put the poly up. In our area, there are some rules and regulations, but honestly, they're very inspecific on what everything is, from what I can tell. But from my background in doing insulation, this is kind of what we did. Now this is an older piece that I've used for, I don't even know where I got this at, and it's got some holes that I need to tape up. But I need to get this done. I don't want to go out and buy a whole roll for this one wall. I'm going to have to do it downstairs. So I'll have a more, yet again on all the insulation things, I'll have a complete from beginning to end insulation video when I get there, but that's going to be a while. Anyhow, so I got the poly up. The biggest thing is with this stuff, yet again, unless you're the most anal person on earth, I mean, you need to try not to put big giant rolls in it or bumps in it or anything like that, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It all can just kind of go over the top. Your sheetrock will indent and form and flatten out for you, unless you made a huge bump somewhere. So you don't have to worry about it being absolutely perfect. But I use this. I didn't show that to you in the beginning of this video. It's a tack stapler, tack hammer, hammer stapler. There's several names to it. This thing's older than me by a lot, but it still works good. An old boss stitch. Old boss stitch is what it is. Anyways, and so I use it. You don't have to use one of these. You can use any kind of staple gun you want to use. It'll put it up. These just make life really easy when you're doing any kind of this usually insulation work. I've used it a lot in, and also in roofing. These come in handy. But otherwise, you use whatever stapler you got. Anyhow, so we got that up. On something I have this closed. The window, I left that for you so you could tell that it was covered up, and basically you're going to just take that, and I'm just going to go down the window sill right here and cut this out. That's what I the reason I left this to show you this is that you want to pretty much put it over everything and then go around all your edges, top, bottom, and sides, your windows, whatever cutouts you need. You'll do that after the fact to get those parts out. You don't have to try and cut around everything that way. It just gives you a little extra. You know, you may waste a little bit, but the amount of time you'll spend trying not to waste that little bit is not worth it. And so there you are, all said and done. I gotta staple this in a little bit more around here and around here, just, you know, wherever I couldn't get, but I did staple as close as I could just to kind of hold that in there. So anyhow, quick little tips and tricks here. Just you can do it yourself kind of thing. Nothing about this is rocket science. Alright, this is Sam, Jack of all, master of none. You all have a good one.